Shooting skills. Players should be encouraged to try to hit a target ball directly, since this removes any need to worry about the playing surface or obstructive ball in the way, though there may sometimes be circumstances where a very low release and a run along the ground into another ball may be necessary or more effective. The concept of shooting should be to try to land on the target ball, arriving at a fairly steep angle, rather than to throw as hard as possible at it with a low-flighted ball. To achieve this steep angle, you need to loop your ball with a fairly high trajectory, so that even if you miss, your ball has a chance of finishing somewhere on the terrain, rather than going dead over a boundary string. To encourage players to release quite late and arrive steeply, you can either get them to throw over a cane or pole, much the same as the pointing exercise, or lay an obstruction which they have to clear before landing. An early exercise is to place a piece of card on the ground, initially perhaps only 4 meters away, and get the player to land their ball on the card. After gradually moving the card to longer and longer distances, bring it back to a shorter range and place a spare ball on top of the card. The mindset should still be one of trying to land on the card. There just happens to be a ball in the way. If the ball is moved by a shot during the exercise, the aim should still be to land a ball on the card. Once success is achieved, move the target progressively further away as before. Ball can be arranged in line away from the throwing circle at a fairly short distance, and perhaps 50 centimeters apart to begin with. The aim is to land on the back ball first, then the middle one, and finally the front one. As the player becomes more accurate, gradually move the ball a little further away and then begin to shorten the distance between the ball. Expert shooters can pick out ball with a ball width about 7 centimeters between them. You can also put the ball in line across, initially at about 30 centimeters spacing, and shoot out the middle ball without touching the two outside ball. Then gradually reduce the gaps between the ball until there may only be 1 or 2 centimeters between them. This trains the shooter to throw a consistently good line, even more important as a skill than throwing the perfect length. Before you throw, you can help to improve your results by imagining the flight of the ball through the air to the target. You then release the ball along this flight path and hopefully repeat in reality what you have just imagined. This is called visualization and is used in other target sports such as golf, bowls and darts. If a player has a particular problem, it's the job of a coach to identify the problem and to set up some kind of practice routine which will help the player to correct their technique.